Hey there, my name's Nicole Lynn, and this is my channel where I talk about all things Disney, duh. And welcome to Own Your Magic Part 5 of my 6-part Disney College Program Application Tips series. And today we're going to be going over tips for how to do an amazing job on your phone interview. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, friends, once again, welcome to part 5 of Own Your Magic, my 6-part series about the Disney College Program application process, which is just filled with tips to help you do a great job throughout your DCP application and ultimately get you accepted and get you to your program. So along with this 6-day series, I will also be doing a 6-day giveaway where I'm giving away 6 $25 Disney gift cards. So we will have lots of information for you about that here in just a few moments, so make sure you stay tuned. But before we get into all of that, I do have a few disclaimers for you, so just bear with me through those. All right, guys, really fast, I just have 3 disclaimers I need to go through with you. So the first disclaimer is that I cannot guarantee you're going to be accepted to the Disney College Program. I sincerely hope these videos are helpful and these tips ultimately get you accepted, but overall, I just cannot promise. I wish I was like a fairy godmother. I could wave my magic wand and get everyone accepted, but I cannot, so just realize that this is not a guarantee you will be accepted. My second disclaimer is that I am not a Disney College Program recruiter and I am not associated with Disney College Program recruiting. These tips are based on my personal experiences, talking to other cast members about their experiences and things that have been posted on the recruiters' social media websites or on their personal social media accounts. And disclaimer number 3 is that the Disney College Program application process is subject to change at any time. So I'm making these videos in 2019. So if you are watching these like in the future, just make sure this information is still relevant. All right, now the disclaimers are over, and I wanted to mention that if you are applying for the Spring 2020 program and you're on Instagram, please give me your Instagram username. I will be more than happy to follow you. Also, if you are doing a vlog or a YouTube channel, go and let me know what that channel is, and I will happily subscribe. All I ask is that in return, you also head over to Instagram, follow me, where I post tons of fun Disney pictures for you guys over there. And also make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to my channel. And finally, I know I said this is a 6-part series, but I would like to make it a 7-part series where the last video is going to be a question and answer video. So please let me know in the comments, what are your questions about the Disney College Program application process, or what things do I need to be more specific about that I didn't go over enough in the video. All right, so now it is time to talk about the phone interviews. So if you have made it past your application, past your web-based interview, and you have been able to schedule a phone interview, congratulations, that is amazing, and I'm so proud of you. You are going to do amazing on this phone interview because you're here and I'm gonna help you. So the phone interview is exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna have a recruiter call you on the phone and you're gonna have an interview over the phone. Yeah, it's that simple. So I have lots of tips for you guys to help make sure that you have a great phone interview that ultimately gets you accepted to the DCP. So a few things you should know about your phone interview before we start getting into all the tips is that your phone interview, basically once you pass your web-based interview, you're gonna have the ability to schedule it. And it's gonna give you this calendar times that are available. So whenever you schedule that phone interview, just be aware that they are able to call you either 15 minutes before that time or 15 minutes after that time. And also I would say that most phone interviews go anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes. So I think whatever like time you have, make sure that you are doing a full hour, 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, to make sure, like, depending on if they call you too early or if they call you too late, you have plenty of time for your phone interview, and you don't have to be like, hey, I'm on my hour lunch break and I have to hang out because it's over. Like, you don't want to do that. Or you don't want to be like, hey, I have to go to class because you scheduled your own phone interview at a bad time. So make sure that whenever you schedule that, you have at least an hour, like you have a good 30-minute cushion before and after that time. So when the recruiter calls you, basically they are going to kind of have their spiel that they have at the beginning that everybody gets. It's all about the Disney College Program, just a lot of fun, really exciting information about it. So one question that basically everybody gets is like, why do you love Disney? Why do you love Disney, like Disney as a company? And then the second question is, why do you want to be a part of the Disney College Program? So those are two questions that you will get pretty quickly off the bat. And those are ones that are good to think about before you have your phone interview. I will say that just to start off, there are a lot of like articles out there. Like if you go on Pinterest and look at Disney phone interview questions, it'll give you like a list of 50 questions that they could possibly ask you on your phone interview. They're not going to ask you that many, and it's pretty random which ones they will ask, so it's really hard to prepare. Like I said, the only ones I know they're going to ask you are, why do you love Disney? Why do you want to be a part of the DCP? So I wouldn't say it hurts for you to have some notes, have a notebook in front of you, maybe write out some bullet points, but I definitely don't recommend writing something word for word and then reading it. It's going to come across as being like really unnatural and very stale. So it's okay to have jot some things down, especially if you're nervous, which I'm sure you are. But again, I don't really recommend writing verbatim what your answer is going to be, and just try and be yourself, try and be natural, and be friendly. That's a big one. It's just, you need to be friendly. I know that there are questions that they ask everybody. The ones that I particularly remember, I remember they asked if you have a driver's license. I'm pretty sure you can work in the DCP. If you don't have one, it's just some roles I think require them. Another one was about, do you have visible tattoos and piercings? Just because with Disney Look, you do have to cover up tattoos and certain piercings, so they're probably going to ask you if you have them and if you are comfortable covering them, which I would recommend saying yes, because if you can't follow Disney Look, you're probably not going to be accepted. Those are the ones I remember. They have a lot of general, they kind of go over things that were on your application, like, hey, where do you go to school? What year are you in school? Which program are you interested in? Are you interested in Disney World, Disneyland, both? That kind of stuff. Once you kind of get through those basic questions that they ask everybody, then they are going to get into role related questions, and they're not going to flat out be like, why are you interested in being a character attendant? That's not what they're going to ask you. This is where that list of 50 different questions they could ask you come in, where they're probably going to ask you 5 to 8 questions. I don't remember how many it was for me, for sure 5. And you can tell that they are related to certain roles. So the best thing to do here is just to sound really passionate and interested in the roles that they're asking you about, and never lie. If they are asking you, are you a strong swimmer? Don't lie and say that you are if you're not, because obviously if you become a lifeguard, you need to be a strong swimmer. If they are asking you, hey, do you have photography experience, and you're interested in PhotoPass, don't lie and say, yes, I have photography experience if you don't, because you also, from what I've heard, you don't even need photography experience to be PhotoPass. So it's just better not to lie. I know for me, a lot of the role related questions they asked me were, one, are you comfortable speaking in public? Another one was, they asked me if I had photography experience. I did not. I said, no, I don't have photography experience. Another one they asked me was, are you comfortable touching people's faces or their hair? I'm assuming that's because I showed interest in Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and Pirates League. So that is where I talked about how I used to do theater, and I learned to do old age makeup. So I did a lot of makeup for people when I was in theater, which, by the way, little random side note, everybody I talked to who worked at Jungle Cruise, because that's where I got placed as a skipper at the Jungle Cruise. Every single person got asked the question, are you comfortable speaking in public? And all of them said yes. And then I also know that all of them somehow mentioned they had a theater background, because pretty much all of us at Jingle did. Not everybody, but a lot of the skips mentioned in their phone interview they had a theater background. So if you really want to get put at Jungle Cruise, maybe mention that. Really random side note. Again, it's never a guarantee, but which, by the way, you can always, like, I think at the end they ask if you have any questions or if you have anything to mention. You can request things, like if you have a location you're really passionate about, whether that is like, hey, I really want to work in Toy Story Land, or it's more like, hey, I like Magic Kingdom is my favorite park. If you can put me there, I'd really like it. You can always request it, and it is never guaranteed. One girl that was in my training group at Jungle Cruise, she had mentioned she really wanted to be at Jungle Cruise. Again, you can mention it, just don't expect it. It's just kind of a fun surprise if it works out that that's what you get. Because I think some of the recruiters really do enjoy making people's dreams come true. So you never know, it might happen. As promised, we are gonna go over this giveaway. So thanks for bearing with me this far, guys. And as a part of this 6-part video series, I am also doing a 6-day giveaway. So that means I am giving away 6 $25 Disney gift cards. And that also means you have 6 chances to enter to win. So every day, all you have to do, it's really easy, is you subscribe to my channel. Obviously, you don't have to do that every day. You do that once. And then in the comments, you are going to let me know what was your favorite tip from today. What are you going to use to rock your phone interview so that you can be accepted? Leave that in the comments for me. And don't forget, if you're signing up for the giveaway, leave a way for me to contact you, whether that is a social media platform or an email address, because if you win, I want to tell you that you won. So now I want to go over some tips, just general things to keep in mind. So I just recommend in general with your phone interview, you want to be natural and you want to be the best version of you. So the way that you do that without being fake, because some people, I think they can, like, you're thinking, oh, they want me to act like a Disney cast member. So be like, hi, my name's Nicole and I really love Disney and I really want to be a cast member. Like, you still need to be yourself. So I think, in my opinion, the way to make sure that you are not fake is that you are the like nicest, friendliest, happiest version of yourself, whatever that looks like. So if whatever you are doing is not natural for you, don't do that. Like, unless you are just like naturally not a happy or nice person, which probably shouldn't be working at Disney, but that's just me. But just try during your phone interview, just being that version of you, like the best version of you. And then that way you're not fake, because you're still you, but it's the best version of it. They're not even just looking for your specific answers, like what you have to say. I'm sure that's like half of it. I bet you the other half of it is just, are you able to have a conversation with a stranger? Because you're gonna do that all the time working at Disney. So they're just making sure, like, are they socially capable of holding a conversation? I would say another general tip is be passionate about Disney. And that's why I think it is good to prepare that question, like, why do you want to work for Disney? Why do you want to be a part of this program? They want to know that even if you've never been to Disney World and you're just kind of like, I want to try something new, it would be good to be like, well, I've heard really good things about this program. I know it presents a lot of opportunities for me. I like the idea of meeting new people and people from around the world. I would like to create happiness for people. Like, it's just things like that that make you sound like you are really excited and passionate, not only about Disney, but the Disney College program in particular. Like, obviously make sure that when you're doing this phone interview, your phone is charged, like your phone doesn't die in the middle of it. That would be horrifying. Make sure that you have somewhere with good cell service. Like, again, I one time lived in a dorm that had terrible cell service. So make sure you go somewhere where you know you have good cell service. I don't think that's so much an issue really these days, but you never know. And also make sure that you are somewhere where you are not going to be interrupted. So like there aren't people around who are going to be interrupting your phone and you have to be like, hey guys, I'm on the phone. Like don't do that during your phone interview. That would probably not be ideal. So there were 2 mistakes on my phone interview that I wanted to tell you guys about. So mistake number 1 is that I forgot my interviewer's name. I would definitely recommend, this is why you would want maybe to have a notepad next to you with a pen, is I highly recommend trying to remember what your recruiter's name is. What happened with me is I answered the phone and she said, hey, my name is, and I heard Grant. I knew it was a female and I was pretty sure her name wasn't Grant, but that's what I heard. And I started to panic. I was like, oh my gosh, that's not her name, but I didn't hear her name. Like I don't know what her name is. And I was like, well, what do I do? And then I was like, well, now a lot of time has passed and I should have asked her like what her name was. And while I was going through this in my head, she was talking and she asked me my first question and I missed it because I was too busy freaking out about what her name was. And don't do that. Like, okay, if for some reason you missed their name, just be like, hey, I'm so sorry. I had a hard time hearing you. Can you remind me what your name is again? That's a completely normal human thing to do. So just be a completely normal human during your phone interview and you'll be fine. Obviously, it was fine, even though I didn't remember her name. But I would recommend, it'll look better for you if you try to remember their name and then try to bring it up 3 times. So if your interviewer's name is Judy, don't say Judy like every other sentence. Like, thanks, Judy. That's a great question, Judy. Thank you so much for talking to me today, Judy. I really appreciate this opportunity, Judy. Like, it's like she knows her name. It's just more like, make sure you mention it like 3 times so that they know you remember their name. You've made a priority to like make them a priority. Also, bonus tip is that if you can find them on Twitter, like they're usually like at DCP Judy or Judy Recruiter, something like that, you might be able to find them and then tweet them and be like, hey Judy, I really appreciated our interview this afternoon. Thank you so much for sharing the magic. You can like do something like that. So that's just like a little bonus for you. And another mistake that I made on my phone interview is that at the end they're gonna ask, do you have any questions? I would recommend before this preparing a question. Like I just didn't even think of a question. And I was like, nope, I don't have any questions. And I would just suggest like, it's better, like it's usually recommended in an interview if you have questions. So try and think of some, like obviously don't ask like 10, but try and have like 3 ready for you. And then you can ask one of those, hopefully. So I would say those were my 2 big mistakes from my application. Yes. All right, guys, I think that is all the phone interview tips that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget that tomorrow is part 6. It's our last day. So tomorrow I'm going to be going over reasons you may not have been accepted to the Disney College program, which maybe you have applied to the DCP before and then you weren't accepted. So make sure you join me for that. And you'll have another chance to sign up for that 6-day giveaway. So definitely join me tomorrow. Don't forget to sign up for the giveaway today. Leave me a comment, subscribe, and also remember that if you have any questions about the Disney College Program application process, go and leave those in the comments for me so I can do that question and answer video for you guys. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to have you here on my channel, and don't forget to like this video, give me a big thumbs up, and if you want to get more videos about the Disney College Program, Disney content in general, go and hit that subscribe button. I am sending lots of luck and pixie dust your way through this entire process. Thank you guys so much for watching, and always remember, own your magic. Bye!